Hey everybody, Justin here with From Zero to Studio, and we are in the 5th and final week of our Creative Vocal Effects series. Today, I'm excited to share a technique that can really add another dimension to your song: formant shifting. Formant shifting allows you to change the tone of a voice without affecting the pitch. It's great for adding creative vocal layers and can even be used on individual words and phrases to really give a distinct sound to your production. You've got plugins like Little Alterboy by SoundToys or Vocal Bender by Waves, but many DAWs are starting to include formant shifting built right into the software. So without further ado, let's dive in and explore the world of formant shifting. What I like about Vocal Bender is that it's really easy to use. It's basically just two knobs, and you can either adjust the pitch or the formant. You can also dive in deeper to adjust other settings as well, but in my experience with it, these two knobs typically give me the results that I'm after. This plugin is only about $35, so it was a no-brainer when I needed to create this effect. I want to show you the vocals on the outro of this song, and then we're going to recreate some of that. Along with the lead and backing vocals, there is a ton of formant shifting going on, and we even bring in the glitch or stutter effect that we covered in week 3 of this series. Let's take a listen to that.
Bad days, cut me open and watch me play.
Let's actually solo that so you can really hear what's going on. There aren't any synths or samples creating those effects. We just manipulated the original vocals with pitch shifting and formant shifting to create everything that you're hearing.
Bad days, cut me open and watch me play.
So there are two distinct parts that I want to walk you through. One is fairly basic, and the other will be a bit more advanced. The first is this "Watch Me Bleed" right here that leads into the outro, and this is just going to be a basic formant shift. Set it and forget it.
Watch me bleed. Bad days, cut me open and watch me play.
And the next are these 3 choir tracks down here that we chopped up from the original choir. This actually has the formant and pitch shift automated so that it changes automatically during playback. So with this first one leading into the outro, we're going to duplicate that lead vocal track, and then we're going to add Waves Vocal Bender as an insert. Let's just hear that with only the formant adjusted. Now let's pitch shift that down an octave. Now we just have to cut out everything that we don't want. So in the original formant track, we had it right on that "Watch Me Bleed." So let's cut that.
Watch me bleed. Cut me open and watch me bleed.
So with this choir effects track, this gets a little more advanced because we're going to be automating these formant and pitch shift effects. To start, we're going to duplicate the 3 choir tracks. And then I only want to take this long note that's held here. Let's listen to that. So I'm going to place a cut somewhere after that starts and delete everything else out of there. So next, I'm going to chop this up to create these same rhythms that we have here on the choir effects track. Now that we have our rhythms, I'm going to add Waves Vocal Bender as an insert on each of those tracks. For writing the automation, you can either adjust the plugin on the fly during playback, or you can manually draw it in. I usually like to do it on the fly first and then fine-tune it after as needed. Now, since I do have these tracks linked, I'm going to be able to write the automation on all three of them at the same time. Now let's go back into our pitch shift. So it's in the ballpark, but it's not exactly what I'm looking for just yet. Let's go ahead and drop down these automation lanes, and then we can fine-tune. Let's take a listen back on that. Using automation on a plugin like this is just an easy way to really get creative effects and really take control of your song without having to continuously export tracks, bounce down effects, and re-import them into your DAW. And then if you ever need to make any changes, you can just go back to those automation lanes and adjust them as needed. So that's a few ways you can use format shifting in your vocal production. And know that you don't have to get super advanced with this and start diving in and automating all kinds of different parts. Even just having a separate format track where you can highlight keywords and phrases can really make for a great additional effect in your song. And that's a wrap on our 5-week creative vocal effects series. And I want to thank each of you that stuck around since week 1. I hope this series has expanded your creative mindset, empowered you to experiment with different tools and techniques, and has helped to elevate your vocal production game. Now, as you're working on improving your recording and mixing skills, if you want a guide that'll walk you through every step of the process from songwriting and recording up through mixing and mastering, you can download the Roadmap to a Radio-Ready Song. This guide covers the 5 steps required to take your song from sounding like a demo to sounding pro, and you can download it absolutely free as my gift to you by going to FromZeroToStudio.com/roadmap or by clicking the link below in the description, and you can start improving how you're creating and capturing your music. That's all I've got for you today. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing. I'll see you on another video soon.